Kate, great seeing you. Thank you.
Thank you.
We're so excited because La Reina del Sur is coming out, edition number 2, 9 years later.
9 years later, can you imagine? It's been a trip in every single sense, and the good thing is that it's going to start exactly 9 years later. So we finished with her. She was pregnant, and now let's see if it's going to be a boy, if it's going to be a girl, a 9-year-old kid, and what happens and what comes with it.
Teresa Mendoza, the role you played really broke barriers and shook television to its core. What kind of a character is she?
The most flawed character ever, and she's a heroine. So, but I see her as an anti-heroine because she is so flawed. But at the same time, in that time when we did La Reina Uno, it was kind of, we were on the edge of doing something that was going to be really controversial because it's the woman who is bad-spoken, she's a drunk, she have sex with a married man, she sells drugs, and this and that, but everybody loves her because she's a victim of her circumstance. So, and she confronts this with a lot of, you know, what we say in Mexico, with a lot of pantalones, you know. So, and she is an amazing character, and she's become an icon for women, and I'm very proud of it. And actually, right after La Reina, it changed this genre. So now they started doing all the narconovelas.
Yes, and by the way, the Queen of the South, I think.
And then they did, they did like the Queen of the South, yes.
In many ways, art reflects reality, and I think you talk about a woman with a lot of strength and determination. Some people could say that's kind of what you are, and you've had a very tough time in the last couple of years. I mean, you weren't able to go back to Mexico, or felt you couldn't go back to Mexico for 3 years.
Yes, for 3 years. And
because of El Chapo Guzman.
Yes, yes. That was really tough. I mean, it's always horrible when you can't go back to your country, and when my family lives there, and it was a tough 3 years, and still are. I mean, it's not everything over yet. So for me, it's kind of, well, fascinating right now that I went back to Mexico finally after 3 years and a half, and to see my parents and to spend Christmas with them was the best thing ever. But it's not been easy. It's not been easy.
El Chapo Guzman, have you been keeping a close eye on the trial in Brooklyn?
I have not as much as I should probably, but because I've been very busy. But yeah, kind of. I think he's spilling the beans.
He's spilling the beans.
Yes.
You feel he's spilling the beans.
Yes.
One of the things they talk about in the trial is Sean Penn. You and Sean Penn went and met with El Chapo Guzman, and just weeks after that, he was caught. And ultimately, he was brought here to the United States. But there was a time when a lot of people thought, the Mexican government almost said it, that you and Penn were responsible for El Chapo being found.
Yes, and that put me and my family in a lot of risk. Not Sean and not the other 2 producers, who, by the way, never were charged with anything. So I was the only one who was attacked by the government and by the press and by everybody. So, which is weird because the 4 of us committed the same crime, right? But I was the only one who was charged. So when La Procuradora de México, Araceli, she said that it was because of us. I wanted to die, literally. I didn't know what to do. I thought that my parents were going to get killed. I thought that then they were going to kill me. And it was just full of irresponsibility what she did, and the government in general with my case.
Who do you think is behind that? In other words, how is it that El Chapo was found so quickly, so shortly after you and Penn and the other 2 producers met with him?
Well, they already they said publicly that was Sean, that Sean helped them to find him.
You believe that?
So there you go. I totally believe that.
Why?
Because now I am connecting the dots. and everything makes sense. It would be very, very long to say, you know, and I need facts and I need a lot of things because I can't say the things like that. But I'm glad that I was not the one saying it, and it was said at the Chapo trial. So imagine the risk that he put me in, and not only that, I mean, he never protected me. He could have, very easily, and he decided not to do it.
What do you, I mean, how do you explain that? I mean, it's not like, you know.
Like a terrible person? Well, he is. He is. I mean, because I can't find another explanation for what he did to me. I was very nice with him. You know, we were trying to develop a movie. That's what we do, actors. Unless you are not only an actor and you're playing, you know, a double life, working for the government.
Do you feel your life was at risk?
Every single day. Every single day. I didn't know what was going to happen. Everybody was telling me so many things at the same time. People were telling me, get out of your house, go somewhere else, get out of Los Angeles, or go to another country, this and that, and everything was, take your family. There was so much going on that I was just so mad, and because I knew what I did, and I knew that I had the truth, and I couldn't say the truth. And I was like, there's no way I'm getting out of my house. This is the only place where I feel safe. It's the only place that it's mine, and that I've worked for it for so long, and I'm not going anywhere. I don't care.
Do you feel safe now? Has El Chapo reached out to you after being detained the last time?
I feel safe now. He, not him, but I mean his lawyers contacted me and my lawyer, and it was really, for me, it was very good to hear from him that he was, you know, he felt sorry for what I was going through, and that nor him or his family had nothing against me or my family, and that meant everything for me.
Okay, thank you.
Thank you.
So nice to see you.
Thank you, you too.